My name is Bronwyn Hodgins. I do all sorts of rock climbing. A lot of trad climbing, big wall climbing, remote expeditions. Yes, in 2018, I was the first Canadian woman to free climb El Capitan in Yosemite. That was kind of like my first really big personal goal in climbing. I had just come back from Greenland. I was in Chile in South America. Then before that, I was working on another big route in Mexico. So I kind of came back from Greenland and was just burnt out from expedition logistics, expedition risk management, and operations, and kind of just the whole package of what comes along with these huge endeavors. And so I just found myself wanting to sport climb. I didn't really have any motivation to pursue any big goals or big trips. And so I spent the winter in Spain, and kind of near the end of that trip, I started thinking that it could be cool to try a really hard sport route. I'd never focused on that before, and I was pretty curious how hard I might be able to climb. And so I met with a coach. We started a training program specifically towards sport climbing. And that lasted about 8 months. I was back in Canada training all last summer, and then I returned to Spain. So it was definitely a very different goal. Pretty much all of my kind of big climbing goals that I've actually been super invested in pushing myself and seeing if I can do them, they've always been multi-pitches or big walls. And so the idea that I would just be going and spending all of this time and all of this effort and focus on one little rope length of climbing felt like a huge shift. At first I thought it seemed very different. Once I was actually in the process of projecting this route, I kept finding a lot of similarities actually, and I found that I was able to draw confidence, I guess, from a lot of my big wall climbing. So the style of the climb that I was climbing in Spain, La Rubia, it's 55 meters long and just follows this coming out of this huge steep cave with tufas. Definitely an endurance route. When I'm climbing on it, I'm there for half an hour, 45 minutes. There would be a little crux and then a tufa rest, and then a little crux and then a tufa rest, and then a crux and then a tufa rest. And so it felt like the mental kind of focus required to kind of get past a hard section and then rest, and then get past the next hard section and then rest, and not lose focus in one of these rests along the way came kind of the challenge, I guess, mentally. And the sort of pressure as well that once I had kind of completed all of the cruxes and I was now in the last rest with the last crux at the top, that kind of building pressure that I've gotten this far and now I really want to try hard because of how far I've come. That mentality felt really similar to being on a big wall, where I'm climbing a big wall and I get past the first crux pitch, and then I get past another hard pitch, and then I get past another hard pitch, and by the time I'm at pitch 26, there's this kind of cumulative personal pressure that I've put on myself to try and do pitch 28 because of all the kind of successes leading up to there. I think, yeah, a lot of the kind of beyond the physical challenge of this route was kind of the mental challenge of accepting that kind of accumulating pressure and letting it go, and not getting kind of overwhelmed by it. So I actually just got back home to Squamish 2 days ago, day before yesterday. So definitely my immediate what's next is being at home and reconnecting with the community here and spending some time with my partner Jacob as well. Basically feeling motivated to make that switch back into trad climbing and bigger routes as well. So I'm looking at probably heading to Yosemite in the fall. And I think it will be kind of cool to see what kind of a year and a half, or almost 2 years actually, focusing on training and sport climbing, what that can mean for what I'm able to climb in the trad and big wall disciplines. So that's kind of exciting. I've been wearing the mosquito harness for a few years now, and I know it's specifically targeted towards sport climbing because it's really light, but I actually kind of just find it really comfortable. I wear it on big walls, I wear it on multi-pitches. Excited now that they've come out with the Mosquito Pro because it basically just has a few more features. It has bigger gear loop. It's a bit better for multi-pitch and trad basically, but just the same kind of comfy, lightweight harness.